Dr. Lucy McKenzie. And here she is. Very, very good. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you?
I am fantastic. How about yourself?
I'm good. I'm good.
Great, great.
This is a very special day. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you so much. I hope that you're doing well in Dallas. Yeah, I think that is where you
Yes,
are.
yes. Dallas, well, today we had 81 degrees, so it's a beautiful day.
Wow, that is beautiful. That's good. You know, some people who are in Massachusetts would say, "Hey, can we move over? Can we move over?"
They are welcome. We've got plenty of space.
That's good. I want us to go straight to our debate because tonight Dr. Shuri Robert, and I can see him somewhere,
Yes,
decided that every Wednesday between 8 and 9 Central Standard Time, that is 9 and 10 Eastern Standard Time, that we
yes,
should be hosting diasporians, Kenyans in the diaspora, who are doing extraordinary things, people who have broken the boundaries, people who are doing who are going an extra mile. And tonight we are privileged to have Dr. Lucy McKenzie. And please, just remember that I grew up in Kiambu County, Kiambu Lemuru. And so if you listen to my pronunciation and maybe you feel that I didn't pronounce a name right, just bear with my Okiabu. My primary school teacher, Mrs. Moaura, used to tell me to make sure that I roll the tongue.
yes.
Oh, nice, nice, nice. Dr. Lucy McKenzie, let me give you a minute so that you can introduce yourself. Some of us may be knowing you through Facebook, but others don't know. Please, in the introduction, let us appreciate the people who built the schools that you went to in primary school and also in high school. And let us appreciate the people who may have been your schoolmates and your classmates and the people who brought you up. That means tell us where you grew up as you continue with your introduction.
Okay, thank you so much, Captain. I am so appreciative that you invited me to be here. Also, thank you to Dr. Robert Shuri of Global Diaspora One Voice Consortium and Foundation. As I've been introduced, my name is Dr. Lucy McKenzie. I am the chair of Kenya North America Diaspora Sacco and an interim director with the K-NAD PLC, which is the investment arm for K-NADs. I grew up in Nairobi, Kenya, and I came to the United States in early 1988, closer to the end of 1987, but I would say 1988. I am obviously a mother of four. Between my husband and I, we have 4 grown children and 4 grandchildren. And so I came to the United States to go to school. But like many of us, we've ended up staying and creating a life here. So I can say I've been in the US longer than I have been in Kenya. I went to school in Nairobi. I went to Nairobi Primary for my primary school. And for my A-levels, I went to Jamhuri High School, then worked for British Airways for a year, and then came here.
Awesome.
What else do you want? I'm in healthcare. I'm a healthcare consultant. I've been in healthcare for close to 30 years now. So I left working at the bedside and have been consulting for the last 12 years.
Now that is very good. Looking at your, your history, there's so
Yes,
much that I can decide to dig there and take home.
yes, yes,
Now, from healthcare, we are
yes,
in a COVID crisis. We are in a pandemic. Tell us
yes.
a few things that we may need to know and bring us home into how the situation is. And, from a consultant perspective, tell us where we are and where we are going.
Well, I was very fortunate, or many people may think it was an unfortunate thing. I got locked up in Kenya during when the lockdown happened in March. And I find that my healthcare background was very helpful because I was part of the diaspora COVID response team in Nairobi. And we worked with different counties in helping establish their policies and how they were going to respond to the COVID crisis. Yes, as a healthcare person, we were it felt quite different because people were not taking COVID seriously. And there was this joke that kept going around. Do you know somebody who knows somebody who has had COVID? And now that is not the case. We all at least know one person that has either had COVID and recovered, or had COVID and died, or had COVID and we went to their funeral. So I would strongly recommend that everybody continues to wear their masks, wash their hands. It's amazing that we have to remind people to wash their hands, but yes, wash or sanitize your hands, and maintain that social distance. As Kenyans, and this is, I'm not sure about other cultures, but as Kenyans, we like to hug. When I haven't seen you for a long time, I want to hug you. And because I know you, I think you may not have it. So I think my friends are okay. But that may not be the case, because you're not with these people 24/7.
Sure.
And you don't know what they've been doing before they came to meet you. So for your own precautions, if you love yourself and your family, and you love your friends, because you know how sad we get when somebody passes on, just do the basic things. Put on your mask and put it on properly. Under your nose is not a mask. This is not you're not a horse that you're wearing a chin strap. So put on the mask properly, and make sure that you sanitize your hands and maintain social distance.
That is very good. Thank you so much. You mentioned something very important, because we happen to be having a culture whereby we hug, we congregate, we have our parties, we have our birthdays, we have our baby showers, we have our, all those things. And sometimes we end up forgetting that there is an epidemic that is going on. So let us be careful. Now, you spoke about Kenya and how you helped in Kenya a little bit to set up the task force, or even to the action plan. I don't know if you were to speak to the Kenyan president or the minister of the cabinet secretary in charge of health, or even these people who are in the ministry of health. I don't know what you would tell them as an expert.
Well, Mutahi Kagwe, the CS, is trying, but he cannot force the politicians to do the right thing. So when we are talking about social distancing and we're still having political rallies, that is not helping. Moreover, we are not giving our citizens free masks. I remember when COVID first hit, masks were going anywhere from 100 shillings to an N95 went to as high as 1,850 shillings per piece. So people have been laid off. Are they going to make choices to buy food, or are they going to make choices to buy masks? So county governments, they already have a budget that is allocated to caring for its citizens. Then they should actually be able to make the correct choices, because the local mwananchi may not necessarily be understanding all the implications of this disease. And the thing that was happening is, if people from Nairobi went to a funeral, we would not be allowed to touch the kijiko that puts the muchanga inside, because we are the ones carrying COVID. Okay, so that necessarily is not necessarily true. but it could have some truth. So let's use the data. The diaspora is a great resource for them. We are not only good for sending remittances, we also have a wealth of knowledge. We have a lot of researchers here in the diaspora, not necessarily just in America. In the entire diaspora, we have a huge resource of healthcare providers who are infectious disease physicians and or practitioners that can be utilized to bring proper research and give up-to-date findings of how to deal with the COVID-19.
Thank you so much. Now, Dr. Lucy McKenzie is the co-founder iCare Operation. Tell us a little bit about iCare Operation.
iCare Operation is a nonprofit foundation that caters to the homeless population in Dallas and Collin County. We have done outreaches not just in Texas, but also in Kenya. We also help to respond to crises when they happen, like when there was the floods in Houston. We helped collect products that were needed, cleaning supplies, clothing items that were needed by our fellow Kenyan brothers and sisters in Houston, and they were transported there. With in regards to the homeless, we feed them, we provide them with basic needs, we provide them with clothing, and sometimes we are also able to connect them with resources that they need. We've been doing the outreaches for the homeless since 2009. During the pandemic, since I was in Kenya, we fed over 1,000 families with 3 weeks worth of food and supplies.
Wow, that's good. Now, let me come a little bit home because we are here as a Diaspora One Voice, and I want to salute Dr. Robert Sherry for bringing people together so that they can speak in one voice and they can help. And now that you mentioned something about homeless, I don't know whether there is, I don't know whether people know that we have Kenyans who are homeless somewhere in this country. And sometimes we find that our divisions, we are so much divided. We are not together as Kenyans. We don't speak in one voice when we are supposed to speak in one voice. You go to the airport, Somalis are beating us 9-0 because they have their vehicles. You go to Seattle, Washington, they are the people who help in sending money home. You go to Minnesota, they have sent their very own to the Senate. We as the Kenyan community, we are divided. Where do you go to church? How old are you? Where did you go to school? What is your tribe? Actually, even tribe. There's so much divisions. And as one person who has founded, we are going to come to K-NAD because I know there's a lot of interest there. But right now, from iCare Operation, speak to Kenyans on all these things that I have mentioned.
Yes, actually, we have a lot of homeless. So if you're watching us from Kenya or from other countries, United States, yes, people tend to think it's a land of milk and honey, and that we walk on pavements filled with money. But there are people who are struggling, and there are people who are homeless. And homelessness is not a disease. It happens because of various reasons. And not everybody who's homeless is a drug addict. There are people who have encountered one incident of catastrophe in their lives that causes them to actually have a setback and find them homeless. So our responsibility as Kenyans who are privileged is to give back. And I think that is something that we have not been well taught from back home. And so what happens is we are very shy when it comes to giving back. So that is an area that, I would love to see us be more participatory when it comes to giving back. With regards to speaking in one voice, until we are able to identify ourselves as Kenyans first, not our language, not our tribe, not where we come from, not where we went to school. When we speak as Kenyans, we have a better voice. And as diaspora, like I said many, many times, our potentials have not yet been tapped. If we are able to send back home 300 billion shillings in remittances, can you imagine a united diaspora, what we would be able to do? Statistics kind of indicate we are 3 million diasporans living outside of Kenya. And this is a discussion I've had with Dr. Sherry. And my question is, if each one of us, all 3 million of us, donated $1 a month, that is $3 million a month. $3 million a month times 100 shillings is 300 million. What would we not do with 300 million? Okay. And we can replicate that in all 47 counties. So I am so pleased to be a part of the Global Diaspora One Voice Consortium and Foundation. Here we have all leaders from all areas of the world. We have people from all continents represented, where their leaders are part of the consortium. And we have discussions and we are having deliverables when it comes to what we would like to see as diasporans. So the vision really is to lead the global diaspora in unity towards one voice and for all people. That means we don't speak about my tribe, your tribe, where you come from, where you grew up, which school you went to. All those things are good, but they're also very irrelevant. Because it clouds our judgment. It makes us make choices that are not necessarily good for the overall, because it's based on, oh, captain is from my tribe. So if given a choice of two people, I will tend to choose captain because he's from my tribe, whether he has the right policies or not, as opposed to choosing somebody else. So I think we need to look at ourselves as Kenyans first, and then we are able to move forward.
Thank you so much. You came here and you mentioned in the 80s, and I know that a lot has changed.
Yes.
Would you just compare how you people lived in the 80s and the early 90s, actually even the 90s, the early 2000s, and what are some of the things that have changed?
Well, when I came to the US, I was in Pennsylvania before I moved to Massachusetts. Then from Massachusetts, I moved to Texas. The school I went to, we were 3 Kenyans in a school of 8,000, and there were close to 50 total Black students. Everybody else was Caucasian. And so when I moved to Boston and in Massachusetts, we knew everybody. Like, I could, if I have a party, I could call every Kenyan that lived in Massachusetts, and we would all be able to meet in the same place. But with the time, that has changed. And so you find that there are people who are coming way younger. At the time when we were first here, that we didn't have a lot of young people in high school. We had people who were who were about the same age group and a little older. So the demographics of the current people coming from Kenya to the United States has also changed. So we have young people and we have older people who have sold everything to move to the United States. And then you find that if they're a married couple, there's the woman may find the job before her husband, and things may change. So there's a lot of changes that have happened
Beautiful.
since the 80s to now.
Thank you. One of the changes, or one of the changes that has happened, is the issue
Mhm.
of parenting and
Yes,
the family dynamics. And
yes.
without getting into statistics, we know very well that the reports in the media shows that there is a lot of domestic violence and challenges in a child upbringing. And as
Mhm.
a parent, I know that you are a right person to address some of the things that you can tell the Kenyan community abroad to do, or rather not to do, to be successful parents of a child in the diaspora, or maybe succeed in the marriage.
Woo, that is a loaded question, but I will give it my best shot. How much time do we have? Um, well, when it comes to the issues of domestic violence, I'll address that first. Is the things that you find are based on a not having financial, you're not well financially. So we need financial empowerment. And the abuser does not have to be the man. Even women do abuse their husbands. So that is a problem that is there. As Kenyans, we fail to acknowledge that that is a problem. Domestic violence is a problem. But of late, we have seen that, organizations are coming together and actually having true discussions about this. We also need to have areas where there is non-judgmental support, where if I came to you and I told you, Captain, hey, I'm going through this. Your position should not be, I didn't think you guys could be having those kind of problems, So that we need to be able to have situations where, environments where there is non-judgmental support. And then we don't want to hide, because that is what has been the backbone of this problem being continued. The families fail to actually verbalize the abuses that they are undergoing, and so this becomes a repeated pattern. If the daughters see their mother being abusive to their father, they may actually become abusers in future, and vice versa. If the sons see their father abusing their mom, they could also end up being abusers. So our responsibility, even as parents, is to acknowledge that this problem happens. And if our child has learned this behavior elsewhere, we must be the first ones to address it. And to address it is not to beat our children. Obviously, living in the diaspora, parenting styles are different from the parenting styles that we had when we were growing up.
True.
Your parents could beat you, your neighbor who is also your mother will also beat you. And if you go home and you say you are beaten by mama so and so, you get an additional beating, because your mother will wonder, why were you being beaten by mama so and so? So you must have done something. So our parenting skills have to change. We must be able to truly engage with our children. Let us be the first people they are able to comfortably come and tell us they have a problem. And we look at them not as problems, we find solutions with love. And so I think, um, you know, we have to help maintain that relationship with our kids, not to alienate them by chasing them away when we find out they're having any issues, um, and be quick to do it. We cannot pray these problems away. because we tend to say everything will be okay with prayer. But prayer without action, really, honestly, is not doing anything. We have to put some muscle behind the action.
That is very good. Thank you so much, fellow listeners and viewers, wherever you are. This is the Trumpet of Hope. The Trumpet of Hope is a ministry. We do live streaming daily from 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And we handle issues. We promote hope, or we speak hope in our villages, in our families, in spiritual world. Economically, we host guests, and having worked in the media back in Kenya, where I started broadcasting, I believe that there is a power behind this thing. There is power behind this thing. There are so many areas that we may not be able to reach physically, but through the social media and good use of the microphone, allow me to underline good use of this microphone, then we can change the whole society. Our children will live to read whatever we do and we write, and I believe that we can be able to change the whole society. And tonight we have Dr. Lucy McKenzie, who is the co-founder of iCare and also the co-founder of K-NAD Sacco. When we get back, we are going to look at K-NADs, and I know that this will be huge. Before we go for a 30 seconds break, because as a media house, we are under obligation to do that and even run one or two commercials. I want to appreciate the people who are here, and that is important. Mary Kimani, thank you so much. Set and Rafki Londo, greetings, Captain. Good to see you, sir. Here to support my friend. Thank you so much. Phyllis Kavuko, Wanjawa Jimmy, asante sana. Wangeshi Rachel from Seattle, Washington. Sunset Holiday Homes in Mombasa, Kenya. Rose Kajuju Kaburia, Gaki Kaburia, and all the others. You see, all your people are here. All your people are here. Dr. Robert Ashiri is here. I know he's our president, and I'm just so proud of him. Thank you so much, Mary Kemani, Modogoito Margaret Washo. Thank you so much. Nice to see you. Hali John, asante sana. Jen Moshene from Massachusetts, and Washuka Karanja from Saudi Arabia. Mary Kemani, thank you. I'm rolling the tongue. Yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Hey, Captain and Lucy, I'm proud to be a K-NAD's member. Purity Atekuaringa, the cake matron. Very wonderful. So for those here who are here and they want to get married, if you are looking for somebody and you want to get somebody to cut your cake, she's here. She's very good. She's talented. She's called Purity Ateku Wawariga. Proud co-founder and K-NAD member. Looking good, Daktari. So me, I'm not looking good at Teku, eh? That's what you want to say. I'll get my coat back. Roska Juju Kavuria, I need an approval on PLC, please. So we're going to work on that. Please note that one, because I guess that one is yours. And Barton Singer from Narumoro, Kenya. Terry Simon, K-NAD, no woman is left behind. We are getting to that shortly. Mary says, thank you so much. Dulcie Nemo. Hi, Daktari.
Hello.
Susan Jenga, what do you do for a living? Oh, maswali ya Wakenya tunayo na to class. Yeah. Unafanya nini, unaishi wapi, umesoma mpaka wapi, sijui nini. Mackenzie Either Wadongo. Did you know Mackenzie Either Wadongo?
No, you see, his name has an A. Mine doesn't.
Oh, okay. Helen Guayumba, watching from Ottawa, Canada. Gina O.P. Go, Dr. Lucy McKenzie. Then there is a question by Dr. Jen Irongo, who is, in your opinion, why do Kenyans in the diaspora, especially in USA, are wary of unity like folks from other countries. I guess you can mention a little bit about that when we get back here. Marianne Goetz. Okay. Gets. I told you. Connie Shompa, thank you so much. Rio Mboro, asante sana from Doha, Qatar. Thank you. Hi, Mackenzie, Dr. Lucy, Margareta Wahome, good stuff and watching. Beatrice Wamboy, wow. This is from Kenya.
Wow.
And then there is Rose Kajuju Kavuri. Hi, doctor. You are a very impressively articulate, and I love that. Karo Mudhoni, thank you so much. Mackenzie, Dr. Lucy is very articulate and knowledgeable. I love that. Then there is somebody here. Okay, Dr. Rose Kajuju tagging everybody. This is what I call caring. This is what I call caring. Yes. And if they don't come, make sure that you get them again. Alice Nganga, thank you so much. Terry Simon, thank you. And then Rosca Jojo, K-NAD here to support our very able chair, the best there could be. Yes, to my K-NAD's chair, that is Mary. Then there is Beryl on deck. Saying, hi, Daktari. Captain, you look good. Okay. And then we are going to get into the issues of K-NAD shortly. And I want to say thank you so much. Now, let's first of all get to a 1 minute break, and then we'll be back. This is the Trumpet of Hope, and together with us tonight, as we celebrate the Diaspora One Voice, we are hosting Dr. Lucy McKenzie, who is the CEO and founder of iCare and iCare Operation, and the co-founder of K-NAD Sacco. So we will be back shortly. Meanwhile, let's get to a short break and take care of those people who are going to Kenya for the holidays. Or if you're in Kenya and you would wish to take your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister to a holiday, or even your fiancé or even your girlfriend, now this is the place to be. This is what you are supposed to do. Listen to this.
It's Christmas season again, and in full seasonal spirit, we at Bountiful Safaris want to give you the bountiful Christmas experience.
Look at
goodness. Huh? Explore our diverse culture with our different packages. Reconnect with nature in the Masai Mara. Let the ocean breeze give you wings in Watamu. And if you want to reconnect with African nature, join us and dance your heart out in our Samburu Christmas. The list is endless. Bountiful Safaris will be your Christmas Santa, fulfilling whatever wishes you have. Pick your destination and let Bountiful Safaris do the rest.
You must contact Bountiful Safaris.
Contact Bountiful Safaris on 0724 840482 or 0724 592707. You may also reach us at info@bountifulsafaris.com. Bountiful Safaris. Dream, explore, discover.
And thank you so much. That is Bountiful Safaris. The contact, the website, the telephone numbers, everything is on your screen. And because of time, I'm not going to speak much about it because we all can understand what is happening. Right now, we are on holiday and we want to make sure that we take care of our business. Now, there's a friend of mine called Paul Waiganjo. You know, Kenya, many things are happening in Kenya, and one of the very interesting thing is the cost of land. And Paul Waiganjo, who is a gospel artist, he's the founder and the director of Brico Homes Limited. If you want to own a piece of land in Kitengela, then you need to talk to him. He runs Brico Homes Limited, and he has a plot in Kitengela, the Vines Gardens, the Azuri Gardens Phase 3 is in Sagana, that is 50 by 100, and you can pay cash 450, or you pay in installments of 6 months, and that is 500 Kenya shillings. 50 by 100, that is the Springs Garden and Nanyuki. The other one is the Juja Farm Adi, that is phase 4. That is 40 by 80, and if you pay cash, that is 450. It is important for you to get a plot of land. Otherwise, I usually say, and I want to repeat, that land is not going anywhere. The only thing that is happening is the price is going high and higher and higher and higher. So communicate with Paul Waiganjo, the director of Brico Homes Limited, for affordable homes and plots. Call 0729 066 110. Thank you so much for being together with us as we continue. This is the Trumpet of Hope, Jitago Captain Jeragawa Jerry, and together with us is the CEO, founder, IK Operations, and the co-founder of K-NAD Sacco. That is Dr. Lucy McKenzie. Welcome, Daktari. A few more questions coming up. And now, let's first of all handle the issue of the question asked by Dr. Jane Irongo before we come to the K-NADs.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Jane, for that question. And the question was, why are Kenyans in diaspora weary about unity? This is my take. I'm not going to say this is a researched thing, but I can say this without contradiction, that it is actually fairly accurate. Personal insecurities is one of the areas that causes people to have disunity. Mm-hmm. Another thing that causes that would be fear. Fear of success or fear of failure, one of the two. But there's also that question of, what if you succeeded? That is what you need to look at, other than dwelling on the fears. The other thing is failure to respect each other's strengths when you are in any group. There's that feeling of you are the only person who can lead, and if anybody else is trying to lead, obviously they don't know what they're doing. So that disrespect also is a reason why people do not stay in unity. The other thing is the tribal mindset. Tribal mindset is where I cannot join captain's group because it is led by a Kikuyu or led by a Kisii, led by a Luo. So we are so set in our tribal mindsets that we fail to see the big picture and the big vision. The other thing that is, which I think is the low expectations of success. That is one area where we must be able to get rid of. Low expectations of success. Let me tell you that there was lots of people who expected K-NAD to fail, but we had to have a much bigger belief in what we were talking about for K-NAD to be successful. So in order for us to be successful, we must have high expectations of success rather than having high expectations of failure. So I'll leave it at those 5 for now, but I'm sure we could probably go into many, many more.
Thank you so much. Now, you came together, and I was listening to one of your programs, and I was actually reading some of your write-ups on your Facebook and LinkedIn, how you came together through social media, and then all of a sudden, boom, K-NAD Sacco, which is which reminds me of the Kenyan, our mothers who came together. They used to do so many great things.
Yes,
and so tell us. So tell us about K-NADs. Yeah, tell us about K-NADs. How was it started? Everything.
Like you said, K-NADs is a very unique Sacco. We were founded on social media, on Facebook, actually. And that was a random post in July of 2016. And there were many, many ideas that were tossed during that question of the random, what if we could get all 6,000 women to each contribute $100 a month, and that was in July. How much would we have by December? And what could we possibly do if we were doing it in Kenya? And so 8 of us got together, and many of us did not even know each other. We found each other, we were friends on social media, but we were not necessarily friends. And so these 8 women ran with the idea of creating a Sacco. They had the audacity to believe of the possibilities of creating a platform that is able to loan money to women and create wealth. And so they ran with the idea, and despite the naysayers, by 28th of November 2016, K-NAD was born, and we got the licensing and registration from the Ministry of Cooperatives. March 7th rolls around, and we open the Sacco to every diaspora woman in the 23 North American countries. And we currently sit over 1,500 members. And this is in a period of less than 4 years. And so K-NAD has, I can confidently say that K-NAD is the face of Kenya, because we have every person, we have people from all sections of Kenya that actually are members. And so despite the things that cause us not to have unity, I believe that women have found that K-NAD is good enough for them to be part of, to create generational wealth. And so in 10 months in that year, when we opened the Sacco in March 7th, we were able to have membership in excess of 500. Our target was 300. If we had 300 members, we would have thought we were successful. But we were 500 plus members, which was 40% more than what we had anticipated. So right now, we are sitting at 1,500 plus members. We've issued loans in excess of 200 million in just 45 months. We are 45 months old, so we are under 4 years old. So 200 million, close to 200 million shillings, which is equivalent of $2 million. I think that is a success story. And despite COVID, K-NAD has continued to conduct business by leveraging technology. So even when we had the lockdown, nothing stopped. Our employees were still able to work and continue to provide services to our members. The other thing that we've noticed is that our deposits went up. We are getting close to 30 million in deposits every month. And then, as if that was not enough, we had a baby. In those 45 months, we have had a baby. And that baby is called K-NAD PLC, who is the investment arm for K-NAD. And she was born June 15th, 2020. So our story with K-NAD has been a unique one. We have members all over the United States, members in Canada, members in Kenya, and we still have not touched the 23 countries that we have the ability to get members from, to draw members from. And so we want to be that global preferred Sacco that is able to provide financial services to women to create generational wealth, as well as create social impact.
Awesome. Thank you so much. This is powerful. We are going to get deeper into this, because this is huge. Down there, we have the Captain RTV numbers. And if you need to be with us, if you need to participate in any of our programs, remember Trumpet of Hope. We do live streaming. We have our website. You can download our apps for you to enjoy a 24-hour flow of great music, and also words of encouragement and wonderful guests across the board. And our website is www.captainrtv.com. Thank you so much. Now, I'm on your website right here, and I can for sure say this is beautiful. And the people who would want to see it, it's K-NAD Sacco.com. And there's something that is very interesting that I saw. That is the board members, and I saw that is really beautiful. Yeah. So we want to congratulate all these. So I don't know whether there is. I don't know. Are there men, or do you intend to?
Well, since we are governed by the rules and regs of Kenya, at some point with the gender rules, I do see at some point, not necessarily like in the next year or couple of years, but we will be required to consider having some men, not necessarily a lot, but to have some.
And that is very good. So there are so many people, or there are so many things that happen, and when people come together, and we have, as you mentioned, there are people who thought that you are starting and coming down.
Yes.
What do you do to protect and ensure that the vision of K-NAD goes as far and beyond this current generation, passed over to the next generation, and maybe explode to major other projects?
The most interesting thing is that many people that I speak to, and I do speak to a lot of people, they actually tell us that K-NAD has not even scratched the surface. We don't even know how big we can possibly grow. And I truly am beginning to believe that as a fact. If you look at women and girls make up more than 50% of the population in the world. Yet, most of us women, our potential is hardly ever felt. Okay? And it is hardly ever felt because financially, we own not much land in the globe, in the entire world. I think women own about only 13% of all the land in the world. Okay? In 18 countries, husbands deny women the ability to work. In 39 countries, daughters and women do not have the equal rights to inheritance. So what we are creating is an opportunity for our children, whether they are girl children or boys, that they will have an inheritance, and we are going to be owners of land. Okay? And so we have 60% of women work on the land, and yet most of them don't own the land. We've got to change those numbers. And those numbers will only change when we bring in credible vendors to sell land, because that seems to be most of the people who come to the diaspora to sell us things are either land or real estate. We want to bring credible people to actually bring those product members. And we want to protect our members from losing money, because once members start saying they're losing money, no matter how good the leadership is, guess what's going to happen? The Sacco cannot sustain. Then we have to be very, very innovative in terms of our strategies of how we want to move forward in business. The rules and regs that have been set for how Saccos are managed was mostly set for Saccos that are actually in Kenya. I don't think the founders of the Sacco movement ever thought there would be diaspora Saccos. Yeah. So we have diaspora Saccos that are being managed by rules and regs of company, that suit Kenya, but do not necessarily suit the diaspora. So as diasporan Saccos, it is our mandate, in order for our Saccos to be in existence for years to come, we must participate in making sure policies that govern Saccos actually do favor the diaspora population.
Thank you. What are your the issue of strategic plans for the next 5 years or the next 10 years?
Well, we do have a strategic plan, and the strategic plan is that we will get more members, 1,000 members per year. In any organization where, again, we're trying to find ourselves, we're trying to make sure that unity is cohesive. You're not necessarily working so hard to bring on members while others are trying to get the members out of the Sacco. So once you are in that unity of purpose of why you are doing what you're doing, it is not about Lucy. It is not about the other board members or the co-founders. It is not about us. The minute we brought in other members, it stopped being about us. And our purpose was that we will be able to impact as many families as we possibly can. Even the numbering of our members is deliberate. It was deliberate because we saw that we were going to be able to grow to the tens and hundreds of thousands. So even our numbering, how we number our membership, was purposely driven to be able to grow the Sacco. So we want to be able to encompass, being able to grow more in the diaspora, being able to venture into other markets, other countries. We've got 23 and we are currently just playing in 3 countries. There's still 20 countries where there are Kenyans who don't know about us. Mm-hmm. But we are only going to be able to reach those members when we continue to stay united in purpose and know what the vision is.
That is very good. Now, the issues of cultural challenges, and yes. I remember one of the lessons that I learned in school was intercultural, interpersonal communication. I don't know, do you have a plan of making sure that you work with the governments, both in Kenya and here or elsewhere, and also to ensure that the Sacco grows from being a Sacco maybe to a bank? Or
okay,
those are questions that I'm getting, by the way.
Okay, so the Sacco growing into a bank, okay, that would be a good thing, but why would we want to grow in? Why would we want to change what we are doing now? We are pretty much almost a bank. We are able to loan. We are able to loan people money without all the strings and regs that banks actually require. Try to go get a loan from KCB, and they will almost want blood. Whereas if you're coming to take a loan from the Sacco, you use the collateral of the property you're buying as your security. When you're going to take a loan from a bank, we want to know how long you've been a member, how have your deposits been going on. It's a whole different ballgame. But I am not ruling out that could be the plan in future based on the times. But currently, no, we are comfortable being a Sacco right now. Mm-hmm. We are going to be 4 years old, March 7th of 2021. And then with regards to your other question, working with the government. I want to choose my words carefully. With the devolution becomes easier because now you can go meet the governor of a specific county, see what their needs are, and see where you can plug in. So I think it's going to get easier with time, but we are still in the process of growing. And yes, I have knocked on several doors, but we have to be deliberate on what projects we want, even as a Sacco, to engage with government. Affordable housing is a perfect one. But do we, as a Sacco, want to encounter the entire risk, or do we want to be part of the project that is being launched? So there's several things that we have to look at. And our members, since they are the owners of the Sacco, they also get to have a say on which direction we want to take.
Many circles or many organizations start and kind of, shy out, or rather, they close down.
Yes.
What have you? And I want us to go, closing, because we had
Yes.
some time issue, so we'll organize to come. Okay, there are people who want to join; they have not joined.
Yes.
Is there an
Yes.
opportunity? Is it open? Apart from just depositing money, talk about the PLC, the investment part of it, and how they can, they can come in. And before we close,
Okay.
please try and tell the other people who are not members how safe and how secure their property is, or their money is, when it is in K-NADs. Those three issues, I think you can touch a little bit.
Okay, fantastic. All right. If you are a diasporan lady or a diaspora returnee out of the 23 North American countries, and you're not a member of K-NADs, we welcome you to join us. It is easy. It is a one-page application. It takes you less than 10 minutes. The website is www.knadsacco.com/registration. And our K-NADs members who are watching can put the website on. With regard to a PLC, in order for you to become a PLC member, you have to be a Sacco member. Mm-hmm. So you have to, PLC is exclusive for K-NAD Sacco members. And K-NAD PLC is the investment arm where we bring in all the, we bring in partners, and we bargain for the members to get a better discount. And so that is how we do our business on the PLC. We have 6 interim directors currently on the PLC. And so join us as we are going places. That's where the millionaires and billionaires live.
Thank you so much. We are just about to conclude. I would wish to salute all these members because I see so many of your members are here and they're able to answer questions. You'll be able also to handle these questions maybe whenever you get time to handle some of the questions that you may need to look at and address. I have also posted the website for K-NADs. The website is right there. It is a beautiful website. You can be able to get all the questions right there. Now we are having in conclusion, there are so many Kenyans who are watching us, who will watch this and who would wish to just know just a few things. So I give you a minute to give us a word of encouragement, a word of a caution as a consultant in many things. Let me give you a minute to give us some few words as you close.
Okay. In closing, I'm going to ask, if you have never read the book, The 4 Agreements, to go ahead and read that book. It has changed my life. It has changed how I look at things. And so if you've never read the book, please do read the book. It will help you not only in how you run your business, but even how you interact with people and how you have cohesiveness of purpose. Be confident in what you want to do. Believe in yourself. You can actually have and create a business with people you have never met before. Mm-hmm. The biggest things that you will need are integrity, trust, honesty, and accountability. I have seen that in K-NADs. I have seen that even in other organizations. Even being part of the Global Diaspora One Voice Consortium and Foundation, I have seen so much unity in purpose where you are so respectful. Diasporans, we can do so much. We can do so much. Our potential is yet to be tapped. We are better than just remittances. Let anybody who wants to do something big, find people who are going in the same direction and start paddling, and eventually you will make it.
And thank you so much, Dr. Lucy McKenzie. I have Dr. Robert Sherry on the other side, and I wish to celebrate and salute you. Enjoy yourself. I know we may not be able to meet before the Jamhuri Day, so thank you so much. Before Christmas, I wish you happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and let's cross over to 2021 together, and let us have a moment of celebrating. And before you leave, I want to make sure that the members know that this is the Trumpet of Hope. You can be able to download the apps for great songs and programs. That is captainrtv.com. And if you want to be a partner in this program, this station is on air through support from friends and well-wishers like you. And those are our numbers. The middle one, that is our CFO, Betty Abanis Karaoke, and she is ready to talk to you. Thank you so much, K-NADs. Thank you so much, Dr. McKenzie, and I wish you the very best. God bless you and have a very, very good night. We celebrate you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much, Captain Joroge Wanjeri, for inviting me on your show, and I appreciate you more than you'll ever know. Thank you, and have a good night, and wishing you Happy Jamhuri Day, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and see you in.
Thank you so much, and I wish you a good night. God bless you. Thank you. That was Dr. Lucy McKenzie of K-NADs, and I hope that you have loved it. I hope that you have enjoyed. And to just wind up, I want to just escort her with this particular gift from Bountiful Safaris. Bountiful Safaris. Thank you so much, and God bless.
It's Christmas season again, and in full seasonal spirit, we at Bountiful Safaris want to give you the bountiful Christmas experience.
My goodness.
Huh?
Explore our diverse culture with our different packages. Reconnect with nature in the Masai Mara. Let the ocean breeze give you wings in Watamu. And if you want to reconnect with African nature, join us and dance your heart out in our Samburu Christmas. The list is endless. Bountiful Safaris will be your Christmas Santa, fulfilling whatever wishes you have. Pick your destination and let Bountiful Safaris do the rest.
You must contact Bountiful Safaris.
Contact Bountiful Safaris on 0724 840482 or 0724 592707. You may also reach us at info@bountifulsafaris.com. Bountiful Safaris. Dream, explore, discover.